Okay. She's dark-haired. Seriously, she's dark-haired too. Young woman is staring listlessly off into space, sighing miserably and occasionally picking at the seams of her green velvet gown. It's difficult to discern whether she's depressed or simply bored. Greetings. She gives you only the briefest of glances before staring off into the distance once more. Greetings, yes, I'm named Juliet. How may I... Oh, never do mind. Leave me be, please. She gives an exasperated sigh. What's wrong? Oh, nothing at all, only that I spend my days gazing into the face of mediocrity, seeing if anything can erase its dreadful, tedious passage. Your life is tedious? Alas, it is, she sighs, closing her eyes and massaging her temples. Dreadfully boring. Wait, what kind of answers are these? I wanted to tell her, go do something else if you're bored of this. Perhaps I could make it less boring for you, milady? No. It is kind of deed to offer, though. I'm already with a man, sir. And I do love him dearly. It is just that I wish... She taps her finger against her chin. Something more of our liaison. Look at me screwing this up completely, guys. Prepare yourself. I'm very bad with relationship advice, and I'm really bad with relationships in general. What do you want more? Is the relationship lacking then? The only thing it lacks is excitement, sir. Our families took the news of our courtship splendidly. His siblings love my siblings, and our friends think our union to be blessed by the powers themselves. All fine and good, but things are going... She frowns so smoothly. It is not right to have such a trouble-free courtship. Why? Are you insane? I don't know about that. Those do not? As to ever had such a courtship? Which one? The bad ones? Because I've always had the bad ones. And they're not fun. Excitement is not fun. In these kind of things. She glances briefly at you. It would seem that thy life is filled with a variety of problems, judging by the pallor of thy skin. Ah, yeah, well, the Nameless One can't remember any courtships he has had. Well, we have met that girl that said we were interested in each other. And then nothing else. And then the Ionara, probably. I don't know. I can't remember any courtships I've had. The remnants of the ones I have encountered suggest that I may have had some problems. It is just that all my friends have such interesting relationships. What kind of interesting relationships? Ones fraught with turmoil, feuding families, daggers at one another's backs. Are you kidding me? You want that? Poison, mad siblings, and irate fathers with large swords. I have a lover whose family loves me and whom the world loves. She sighs again. Maybe you don't deserve him. A great source of annoyance. How I wish I could formulate some way to spice things up. Does he love you? Because if he does love you and you love him, that's all you need. Challenges will come eventually, I suppose, in other forms. You want a childish relationship, that's what you want. I don't know. Morte floats close to you, whispering, I feel sorry for her lover. He doesn't know how bad he has it. A cheat like this is nothing but trouble. Yeah! I'm starting to doubt that she actually loves him, because if you love him, then you don't... I mean, yeah, we all don't like things about each other, but if you are lucky enough to have the person you love next to you, you don't really complain. Yes, there are quarrels and everything, but you don't complain about I don't know, poison and exciting, trysts in the night. I mean, she should just go around and live the rogue life with different lovers. You know, that's a choice too. I think that's not wise, Juliet. Relish what you have. I wish to experience troubles, though. I wish to experience the up and downs of courtship, but with him no other. She sighs. Oh, such a thing is love. It can be as dull as a club and is of no use to an aspiring sensate. Yeah, and this is why I don't like sensates, probably. An aspiring sensate. Juliet exhales a long and forlorn sighs. You realize she's not even really looking at you. Juliet.
Updated my journal.
Oh, I was not truly listening. My apologies, but certainly Doe has not come simply to deliver a litany of questions on my life of tedium and my tedious doings. Shouldn't you be doing your job here? Regardless? So what do you do here then? Juliet exhales a longer forlorn sigh. You realize she's not even really looking at you. So I cannot ask her anything? Can you tell me something about this place? She should be fired. What about Revel? You know what? That's probably a quest that you can pick her quest and make her life more interesting, her courtship more interesting. But honestly, I don't know if I want to. Because, you know, if it was me on the other end and having some trouble in my relation, you know,
keep bobbing about, Skull, I'm gonna mount you in the end of a pipe.
If I had like my lover trying to create ways to make our relationship, I don't know, difficult or creating some strains, I would understand it. If she needs, you know, if the other person needs some doubts to be cleared, like you need to see how attached one person is to you, what will they do if bad things start to happen. Like, I can understand that. I can understand her wanting to experience trouble to see how the other person behaves. Still, if it was on me being experimented on by the person I love, that's putting us in a struggle just to see how I react, I would probably get angry if I knew that it was all a ruse. So it would make the situation worse in my case. So, but the quest could be also that she discovers that maybe his guy is unfaithful or something like that, and then goes away to another life and be free or whatever. I don't know. Or maybe it ends up with him leaving her, like it would with me, because she doubted him or something. I don't know. It is interesting, but I don't really want to pick up the quest right now. So Anna and Morte, I think, are talking. What are you looking at, Skull?
I thought you were good looking, but I was mistaken.
That tongue of yours is gonna get your nose broken.
Oh.
I'm gone.
Hello. 99 eyes.
And
Wow.
your will be done.
Of course the containers are locked. An handkerchief. Okay. Let's talk with her then. This petite, attractive young woman is smiling blissfully and humming to herself. Her wide, pale blue eyes seem to constantly drink in her surroundings as she looks about. Greetings. The smiling young woman curtsies gracefully and looks up to you, smiling. Well met, good sir. I'm Nanny, and how are you this fine... She suddenly notices your scars and places a gloved hand over her mouth. Oh my, you're hurt, she blinks. All over. Mortis spins around you, mocking the girl's obviousness. Powers above, Chief. She's right. I never noticed before. You're covered in scars. There are old scars. I'm fine. She nods quietly, lowering her head. I had some questions. Huh? She can't seem to tear her eyes from your scars. Oh, how shameful of me. Don't mind my rude staring. I'm named Nanny. She makes a little curtsy. And it is my great pleasure to welcome you to our ladies' place for this slating of intellectual bursts. I don't... She returns to staring at your body. You have tattoos under those scars too. What's that one? She points to one of your tattoos. That one looks fascinating. Look at the way the lines of ink. I think that's ink. She squints at the tattoo, then reaches out to touch it. Okay, touch me if you really want to. I think that's ink. She traces a finger around the edge of the tattoo. Is it ink? And what a pattern. Look at the way the lines intersect here. She touches the center of the tattoo. That's simply amazing. She purses her lips and frowns in disappointment. I could make it out better if there weren't so many scars. There's nothing to be done about the scars. They're there. I don't think they're permanent, but they are there now. Oh, I'm sorry. Pox on me for even mentioning them. She cringes. But I have to know, are you absolutely sure you're alright? I'm looking at you and I can't help but believe that you're not in some pain. None of the physical variety, really? Oh, are you hurt inside, in the head? She clasps her hands eagerly. Mayhap I can help. In fact, I know I can. Part of a sensate's training is to learn how to draw hurt from others. My mistress says a sensate may draw pain from a wound and bring it to oneself. But nonetheless, I can help. May I try? Please say yes. Your mistress? Oh yes, Nanny says brightly. Mistress Grace. She's the most wonderful person I've ever known. Tell me about her. She's so beautiful, isn't she? It's hard to believe she's from the lower planes. She's so nice and smart. What do the lower planes have to do with anything? Well, they're also evil down there. Are you telling me that she's evil aligned? Who would have thought Mistress Grace could come from such a place? Okay, then try and help me. Nanny clasps her hands and makes to rest them lightly on your forehead. She draws near. You notice Nanny's skin is lightly perfumed with the scent of lilacs. She rests her gloved hands gently upon your forehead and closes her eyes. She hums slightly to herself and you feel a faint warmth spreading throughout your body. Thanks, that felt nice. Sure, so glad I could help. Nanny beams at you. She seems ready to burst with joy. Okay. So what do you do here? I'm talking to you, silly. She jiggles and pokes you in the belly, just like I talk to all the patrons here. All the ladies do. That's what the ladies' place is about. Learning new ways to talk and share experiences and understand other people. And what about the place? Sure I can. The latest place of slating intellectual bursts is a school that was started by Mistress Fall from Grace. The ladies here, like me, are taught the ins and outs of talking to people, all to help us learn more about ourselves and others. I love it here. It's a non-stop wave of experiences crashing into me, filling my head with fresh new ideas. Motter mutters to himself. I guess it's good that there's something in there. Yeah, really. Okay. Do you know anything about Ravel?
Updated my journal.
No, sorry. That's a great name, though, huh? I bet she's a really interesting person. Hey, you should ask Eves about her. Eves collects all kinds of story. I think I... Okay. No, the name of the lady was Ivana or something like that. It's not Eves. Okay, well, let's go.
All right.
Oh, nice room. Where are you going? You want out, really? Because I'm gonna unlock all this stuff and grab everything if you get out. She's still out? Because I'm gonna do that. Oop. Are you sure you want to keep staying out of your own room?
All right.
Where is she? The striking young woman has skin the color of burnished copper. A translucent white dress, held precariously by golden clasps, is draped carefully over a shapely form. Greetings. The woman nods and smiles briefly. The scent of her hair, sweetly perfumed, fills your nostrils. Who are you then? She smiles and curtsies, but offers no response. Can you speak? She shakes her head and smiles sadly at you. Alright then.
Updated my journal.
I love this cheat already. Yeah, sometimes that's a good thing. Can you write them or pantomime? She pouts, shaking her head. Why can't you communicate? She sighs softly and nods. Maybe that's what she's doing. She's experiencing what not communicating does to her. Okay. What about Ravel? Her eyes flash and she smiles. She nods at you. What do you know of her?
Updated my journal.
She simply looks at you. What about this place? She looks at you, then raises an eyebrow. What about you? Oh well.
I'm gone.
Oh, look at this room. Nobody in here? Are you kidding me?
Ready. Right.
I'm taking only the money. Unremarkable handkerchief. I'm trying to find secrets or something, but
All right.
no, you need to get out of that room, please. This room is empty? Oops, there's something there. Wow. Marissa, your room is dark and
I'm here. Why not?
very cold. Come on, Marissa. Squinting at the figure behind the partition, you can barely make out a shapely female form in the darkness. She turns to you, but you can see nothing of her face. Hey, hi. The figure answers in a voice that is low and deadly, like a steel dagger drawn across stone. Yes, come to speak with Marissa, have you? Quite rude of you to enter a darkened room. Storming behind my partition like so. But really? Rude and foolhardy. You can hear a faint whispering sound, like a slight breeze, or the hissing of serpents. Morty whispered quietly, whoa, creepy shit. Well, my apologies, I wasn't sure if someone was in here. The woman gave a slight umph, but it would seem there is someone in this room, wouldn't it? Shall you be on your way then? Questions. Why do you remain behind this screen? Is it your wish that I step away from this partition into some patch of light and speak to you face to face? Marissa laughs, and there is the sound of scales sliding on scales. She's probably like Medusa or something like that. Nay, I think not. The darkness suits me, and doubtless suits you as well. Why is it so dark in here? To prevent any unwanted and embarrassing casualties. Now, what is it that you want? That would make her even more like Medusa. What are you doing here? Sitting here with my thoughts, listening to your voice, to you voice yours. The silence of both of them, literal and figurative, is deafening. I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Oh, I think not. You would find them most unflattering at this moment. What is it that you want? Why do you have such a terrible disposition? You hear a faint hissing sound, because something of mine is missing and something unwanted has arrived on my doorstep in its place. What's gone missing?
Updated my journal.
My veil, my crimson veil. Have you seen it perchance? No? What is it for? It's just a normal veil? Marissa sighs quietly. No, not quite. It aids me in communication, face-to-face communication, that is. Why do you need to hide your face? Enough with these asinine questions. How tiresomely annoying you are. Now, what do you want? What can you tell me about the silent girl?
Updated my journal.
Yes, Echo. I knew another Echo once, though her name was written differently. I know nothing of this girl, though. Ask Dolora of her. She made friends of an old lover of Echoes, I have heard. What about this place? I'm not in the mood. I'm sure one of the girls here would be happy to tell you all about Mistress Gray's little school for aspiring sensates. Go find one of them. Sensates. Yes, a silly little group devoted to experience and the like. I certainly need to be a sensate. I certainly need not be a sensate to be a sensate, sure? And once I've gotten access to the festival and grown tired of its sensoriums, I'll simply move on. What about the sensoriums? They are holes where sensations are stored in objects called sensory stones. There are two, a public sensorium in the Civic Fest Hall open to everyone, and a sensate sensorium open only to members of the Society of Sensation, sensates. Okay. That was some information. What about Ravel? Do you know anything about her? No, do you? You hear an annoyed sigh from out of the darkness. Go ask Eves. She collects many tales and can probably tell you something of use. Oh, well.
All right.
There's nobody in this room? Nobody here.
Aye, what?
Okay, this one is open.
Right.
Done.
What you be white as well?
Another handkerchief.
I'm gone.
Oh! And don't come back, you pitiful excuse of a man. You? This gentleman is unremarkable, saving that he has a black eye, as if he'd been struck in the face. He bows slightly as you approach him. Greetings, sir. Greetings? He nods. Yes, go on. How'd you get the black eye? He smirks. Oh, 'tis a long story, sir, one you would not be interested in. Oh no, you've got to tell us now. Yes, please, sir, do. The man sighs, rolling his eyes. Very well, but I shan't be made to divulge the details. Despite my earlier remark upon the tale's length, I might sum it up in 2 words. Kimaxi at their tongue. Ah, you have not spoken to her, I see. I will tell you no more of the most delightful treat that is Kimaxi, good sir. Instead, I would insist that you speak to her yourself. She's one of the ladies here, and Lady Grey's most fascinating student. What about Lady Grace? The man nods. Yes, and what a vision she is. Why, I could listen to her voice for hours. I find only Kimaxi more entertaining. His mind seems to wander momentarily. Oh, but as I was saying, Lady Grace is the proprietress of the brothel. Doubtless she's here somewhere. Go speak to her yourself. You won't be disappointed, I assure you. But where is this Kimaxi? It must be the one that needs the veil. Oh no, because that name is Marissa. What are you doing here then? I'm enjoying the pleasures of the ladies' place, aren't you? The pleasures. Yes, that is correct. Are you not here to speak to the ladies, sir? That is, after all, the purpose of the establishment as far as patrons are concerned, to converse with the lovely students of Lady Grace. What citizen of Sigil knows not of the ladies' place of slating intellectual bursts? You must be new here indeed, sir, he sighs. Walk about, converse with the ladies, that is all there is to the If you're interested in the history of it all and some such, I advise you to speak with Lady Grace. What can you tell me about the Silent One? The man pauses to think. Never have I traded words with her, but I believe her name is Echo. Marissa is trying to find her crimson veil. Do you know where it might be? No, I do not. I must confess, though, that Marissa frightens me somewhat. I fear that something terrible waits within her chambers, and that she's merely humoring me until she tears me apart. I, for one, will be glad when she has her veil and will meet patrons outside of her darkened room once more. You know anything about Ravel? All I know of Ravel are the common children's tales, that she's incredibly evil, and that she brought the wrath of the Lady of Pain down upon herself and was banished forever. Well then...
I'm gone.
But there is nobody in this room now, is there? Oh, she's here! I didn't even see you, girl! The wild-looking tiefling girl meets your gaze with an angry scowl. Her tattooed body is practically naked, covered by only a narrow leather tongue, a black-cloth brassiere, and armored shoulder pads that appear to serve more as decoration rather than actual protection. Her spiked hair, as well as the thin fur that covers her goat-like legs, is brassy white, and numerous silver rings dangle from her ears, nostril, lips, and brow. She wears a leather collar around her throat with the inscription Kimaxi at her tongue. Oh god. Kimaxi bares her teeth at you, and just what are you looking at, you banged up sod? My friend thought you were attractive, but whoa, was he ever horribly mistaken. She sneers at Morte, then looks below him, where a body would normally be. Sharp tongue for a stemless dagger. Okay, that's enough. Sure, Chief, whatever. What a witch, huh? Morte hums, then waggles his eyebrows. I like that. I'm sure you do, Morte, but we need to talk here. The tiefling rolls her eyes. And what makes you think I care? Why don't you lick my backside? My tongue is not wide enough, and I don't like hair in my mouth. Well, you seem to like the taste of offal in your mouth, you dung-breathed cretin. Only because I like kissing you, you imagine stinkpot. Kiss me! She makes a retching sound. I'd rather kiss a bloody mass of flesh than lay my lips on you. No thanks. Don't thank me, thank the powers. Someone actually wants to kiss you. Kimaxki looks at a loss for something to say. For an instant a smile threatens to crack the grimacing mask of her face. Then she becomes more of a basilisk than ever. Alright, what do you want of me? So who are you then? My name? Uninterested. I can guess yours though. Scarbunch, get out of here before I put a fire under your ass. I have another question, sorry. What do you do here then? Not you, that's for certain. She smirks at you. I'm contemplating the best way to tell you to pike off next. Okay. Can you teach Morte here to become more abusive? She raises her eyebrows. Now, that's an unusual request. I don't know, it seems pretty foul-mouthed already. That's he. Seems pretty foul-mouthed. Kimaxi Bladderdang, you scruffy goat gamda. Lady! You wish you had legs like mine, you pitiful wretch of a bone box. I can walk, run, dance. What do you do? Bob around wishing you had a pair. Goats or otherwise. The two of them lay into one another, exchanging barbed, blistering insults and clashing with razor-edged tongues. At last the two stop their bickering and eerie silence settles over them as they eye one another hatefully. Finally the tiefling makes a grudging admission to Morte. You're not bad, really, not bad at all. Better than you, perhaps? Morte waggles his eyebrows at her. Eh? Kimaxi narrows her eyes at Morte. Don't push it, skull.
Taunts, alright.
I won't, tiefling. I will admit I might have learned a thing or two, though. Good thinking, chief. Sure thing, Morte. Kimaxi turned to you. So, was that all you wanted? I'm not spending any more time near you than I have to. Do you know anything about the silent lady? What, that Echo Che? Don't know anything about her. Don't talk to the girl. I mean, why? Not like she can talk back. Ask Frigid Dolor about her. I think I saw her playing Go with an old crush of Echo's back from when she could talk. Okay. What about Marissa's Crimson Veil? She smirks. Up your perhaps? Hells, I don't know. Kimaxi smooths back her hair, which instantly springs back up into a spiky mess. Oh, what about Ravel? What would I know about her? I look like a scholar or something to you? Well, you're supposed to be scholars in here now, do you? Go ask someone more learned, or Eves. She'll probably have at least one story about her in that pile of tales she carries about in her bone box. Oh, and squat on a halberd while you're at it. Okay. You're very funny. And entertaining. Eve's the tail chaser, alright. This fetching young woman has a faraway look in her soft sea-green eyes. Well, greetings. Greetings, I am Eves, the tail chaser. What a coincidence, I too chase tails. Eves continues, unperturbed. Have you come to trade tails? I want questions first. Why are you called the tail chaser? Once upon a time, a girl came to an oracle who was rumored to know many things and asked of it a boon. Her life was in need of direction, so she asked this oracle as to what would give her purpose. Now, the oracle was not evil, but it was vague and tended towards drink, which caused it to be obscure in many matters of judgment and focus. Its only answer to the girl's question was that within one story that she would hear in her lifetime was the truth that she sought. The girl went off and collected stories which she chases to this day, not knowing which of the thousands holds the truth. Such is the danger of a foolish question and the wisdom of an unspoken one. My God.